Hello all. So my name is Justy Baker and I am going to be doing my presentation over language development and their components. Language is something that is big for me with being a pre-K teacher. I try to really make sure that I focus on how I pronounce words, how I say words. I really try to develop language in this stage. So let's begin. Okay, so what is language? Language is how we communicate. It is how we write. It's how we construct words and carry on conversations. And it's both ruled, governed, and generative or creative. It says language is a rule-governed system, which is the arrangement of the symbols, which is words, sounds of language is not at random. Language is a generative system and is a product and creative, is a productive and creative, like I said, language is just very important. Language development stages. So what is it? These languages are typically understood to consist of pre-linguistic and linguistic categories. The pre-linguistic stage is the first of the stage of speech developed from birth to approximate 12 months. The stage is followed by babbling stage, the first word stage, the two-word stage, and the telegraphic stage. So this would be like the first years of life, just learning how to coo and that kind of stuff. Linguistic language development is a stage of language development signaled by the emergence of word and symbolic communications. At this stage, it can be divided into 6 categories: early one word, later one word, 2 one words, 3 word, 4 word, and complex utterances. And here I have included a picture that has like the little ones, and it says ka, and then the little one says car. And then you go on to the bigger stage and it says big car, like they kind of elaborate. And then you have the older kids that says there goes a big car. This is the milestones chart. So I thought this was pretty important to include because it just kind of breaks it down from age 3 months all the way up to 4 years. Again, it just kind of talks about at 3 months, there are 3-letter words like coo or hearing and understanding. Clear up to 4 words where they're speaking 4 or more word sentences. So I really liked this milestone chart. It kind of gives us an overview of what goes on in the developmentals of language. The importance of language. So the importance of language is how we communicate. It allows us to share ideas, thoughts, feelings with others. It has the power to build societies, but also tear them down. I always tell my 4 and 5-year-olds that words, they hurt, and sometimes you may not mean for them to be said in that sentence, but they do hurt others. So I always just tell them to please be mindful of your words and make sure that they're not going to hurt someone. It is how people communicate. By learning a language, it means you have mastered a complex system of words, structures, and grammar effects communicated with others. Language is important in culture and society. So therefore, like our culture here in America, we are mixed. We have Spanish, we have Latino, we have Asian, we have all different kinds of cultures and in language. So just being able to develop and understand that and be mindful and respectful when you are communicating with those people and you're using the slangs that are correct. Business individuals and their development and personal connections with family, friends, etc. Language components. What are they? There are three major components of language. There's form, content, and use. Form is the shape or construction in which includes syntax, morphology, and phonology components that connect sounds and symbols in order. Content impresses meaning or syntaxics, and use is the term pragmatic. The five components, there are basic rules found within our language: sound units and sequences, word ornaments and relationships, and words and beginning words. Again, here's a components chart. I included this because it kind of breaks it down. So phonological skills, syntax, morphological skills, pragmatics, and syntactics or vocabulary. Again, these all go back to oral language. They are each important compartments of our language. So being able to have each of these mastered is important. Dialects of language. So I wanted to include this because going back to what I had said about having different types of languages and cultures and stuff like that in the United States. So dialects of language, change in demographics, bilingual, American English, African American English, Latino English, Asian English. These all play a part of what formates our country. And so the changing of demographics depends on where you live. We each, here in the South, we kind of have a little bit more slang than maybe up north. Bilingual reflects the culture mixing with the nation. American English, that is such a complex thing. I believe that our language is so hard to learn because there's so many different languages, slangs and that kind of stuff. American African English. So uniforms dialects by African Americans in inner cities of most larger urbans. Again, they have different slangs. I am so sorry. Different things than, words that, slang that may mean something to us, but it may mean something totally different to them. A Latino English that's different from Spanish, Asian English. So we have many different dialects of language built upon our country. Goals of language. So whenever, as a teacher myself, and I sit down and I really think about my kids' future of being able to read and write and do all that, it's very important that whenever I'm speaking to them, I am pronunciating a word that is correctly. I don't want to use y'all or yeah or, I want to use yes, okay, or you all. Like, I want to use it in a correct term. So discover and confirm generalistic principles and patterns of language development. Clarify the relationship of language development to change in other areas such as cognition, and provide theoretical descriptions of language development that helps explain the process. So again, like the picture of where the little boy is talking to maybe the mom and it says car and then she replies fast car. She's elaborating. She's trying to get him to use more words. And I love this one. I know you can't really see it, but it says learn. We learn together and we grow together. That is something that I tell my students every day. We learn together and we grow together. So just being able to keep with their language and keep them developing with me is a very important word, a very important thing in my classroom. And these are my references. So I included my references so that if you guys wanted to do more research, these are all links. You can click on them. You can go read some more. But again, I really thought that I did not realize that there was so much components to language, and and how complex it was until I started doing my research for this slide. So thank you.